Another rally is organized against Bill 96 after it was passed into law last Tuesday in Quebec National Assembly.
Everyone, welcome. Bienvenue à tous encore. My name is Alexandra Cardona, and with me today is my colleague and friend Yimaj Baharoun. We're both from the Dawson Student Union. Thank you, everyone. Now, for the past many weeks, months in fact, we have truly been more politically active than we've ever dreamed of. And frankly, we're not happy about it. First, we were protesting Premier Legault's decision to cancel last minute our fully approved building for Dawson College. And then there's Bill 96.
Make some noise, everybody, make some noise! We have several speakers tonight, and our role is to just keep the program running, make sure we're done within 20 minutes. It's a school night, right? We would like to begin, however, by acknowledging that today's participants live and carry out their activities on partially unceded lands and territories, which were the traditional homes and gathering places for many Indigenous nations, whose presence here reaches back to time immemorial. We acknowledge our First Nations have a long and rich history of occupation and stewardship of these lands that long served as a site of meeting and exchange among nations. Our recognition and respect for the history of the First Nations is an important step towards building trust and creating and renewing relationships with contemporary Indigenous peoples and communities. Yes! Yes! Thank you, Ben. Our first speaker needs no introduction. She has been at the forefront of the battle for human rights for decades and has been leading the charge against Bill 96 for more than a year. While she has promised she won't scream this time, she does have a lot to say. Ladies and gentlemen, the president of the QCGN, the Honorable Marlene Jennings. Make some noise, everybody.
Go for it, Marlene! Go for it.
I promised not to yell today.
Why?
But I didn't promise I wouldn't scream. So we only announced that we were holding this rally on Monday afternoon. And by being here in pretty darn good numbers, we're sending a clear message to Premier Legault. And that's, hey, hey, ho, ho, 96 has to go!
Hey, ho, 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 96 has to go!
You're here because you know this is a bad law. It does not reflect the inclusive Quebec that we all cherish.
Here, here.
Nous sommes tous les Québécois. We all favor promoting and protecting the French language in Quebec and throughout Canada. But we can do this without vacating the human equality and legal rights of all Quebecers. La loi 96 constitue la violation la plus importante des droits de la personne de l'histoire du Québec et du Canada. Les chartes des droits protègent les personnes contre les abus de l'État. Avec le recours préventif aux dispositions de dérogation, cette protection est éliminée. Le gouvernement de Premier Legault, le gouvernement caquiste, est en train de créer une zone où la charte ne s'applique pas. Et ça, c'est la zone, le territoire de tout le Québec. The law also limits services in English to citizens eligible to attend schools. I guess nobody's told this government that quality health requires real communication, that consent in health and social services requires that the patient actually understands what you're telling them and what you're proposing to do. By limiting services in English to citizens, only those citizens eligible to attend English schools, this is the government's attempt to identify a historic anglophone community. En réalité, ce concept révoque le droit à l'accès à des services pour quelques 300 à 500 000 Québécois d'expression anglaise. Yes, the bill passed on Tuesday. So you're saying, why are we here? I want to remind you that at last our voices are actually being heard. Our rally 10 days ago was a turning point. It was our breakthrough. Journalists in Quebec, across Canada, and indeed around the world are now paying attention. And I want to say a special thank you to the Quebec Liberal Party and the Conservative Party of Quebec for standing up for an inclusive Quebec and voting against Bill 96. And finally, oh my God, finally, the Government of Canada is raising alarm bells. Took some time, but they finally got to the line. We have a long way to go, but we're on it. Court challenges are in the works, and we're monitoring the implementation of the law, and we will hold our politicians accountable if Quebecers are refused health care in English, or searches and seizures are conducted without warrants, or any Quebecer is denied access to justice. Rest assured, this rally is just the beginning. Hey, hey, ho, ho, 96 has to go! Hey, hey, ho, ho, 96 has to go! My voice can't do anymore. Thank you.
Hello everyone, thank you for inviting me. Bonjour, mon nom est Sharon Nelson et je suis bénévole sur le CA de l'Association jamaïcaine de Montréal et je siège comme la première vice-présidente. So my first question to Premier Legault and to all who voted in favor of 96 is, if there's no changes in Quebec, why was it necessary to move forward with 96? And furthermore, to pass it in the National Assembly about a couple of days ago. As we know, the bill is harmful to all Quebecers, as it limits access not only to Anglophones, Indigenous people, allophones included, and Francophones alike. As it pertains to the Jamaican community, there are many concerns that many concerns about access to services, particularly our senior members who are of our community, and also small businesses. Many have lived in the province for decades and have built their lives here. What will happen to them who have contributed tremendously to Quebec society but are now feeling ostracized? Some of our members and staff indicate that access to health services in English was problematic before. A few months ago, one of our staff members who speaks French went to the emergency and was put in a room with people who were possibly exposed to COVID. And the reason was the attendant did not understand her in English. So our staff chose this speaking English because, as you said, Marlene, we wanted to be able to express and communicate in their mother tongue and understand what was going on. And yet she's put in a situation that was, potentially dangerous. That happened prior to the passing of the bill, right? What would happen now, particularly to a senior who may not speak sufficient French? Our community is worried, and rightly so, for healthcare. Can you imagine being amputated and having to navigate your health in French, or if you're not able to speak French? This happened not too long ago right here in Quebec. And what if you don't have a healthcare professional who has the time the patience or the empathy to address, right, what will happen. Also, speaking to a mother today, she talked about her differently abled child who is not able to speak French. What will happen? I mean, how can she learn French in 6 months, right? And immigrants who come here, how are they able to learn in 6 months? Business owners, speaking to some of them today, are definitely concerned about 96 and the implication it has for them and their small businesses or family-owned businesses. And we lived through Pastegate, right? We understand what Pastegate was. So now that the law has far-reaching implications for business, what does that mean for a small, cultural and cultural restaurant, if you will, or other company within within Quebec? Some are wondering, how do you translate culture and names into French, right? Our rights as citizens are being stripped, and we're deeply disappointed about that. Many of our members and staff have been here for a long time. Many were born here, they've raised their family, and now they're feeling alienated and ostracized. And they feel that they don't belong on the basis of language, yet they've contributed so much to our society. So this is ultimately very alienating and disappointing for members of the community, and one that has very deep roots. The Jamaican and Caribbean communities have very, very deep roots in Quebec.
Beginning of the 20th century.
Beginning of the 20th century.
Borders on the CPO
exactly.
and the CN.
Borders, but even before that, in the 1800s, we have a long history here in Quebec. We didn't just arrive a while ago. So we urge our politicians to really look at what we're doing and look at the rally and look at the voices and listen to the voices of people that are talking against this 96. Thank you so much.
About Bill 96 passing into law. These are her words. I live in Quebec by choice. It's my home. My books are love letters to this part of Canada. I will absolutely fight to protect the French language and rich culture. I do it all day, every day in my books, where I talk about the Quebec I know and love. One of acceptance, of tolerance, where Anglos and Francophones sometimes disagree, where there are misunderstandings, tensions, and lively political discourse. And then we sit down and have a meal together. That is the Quebec I live in and see every day. One where there is respect for what each brings and has brought to life in this province. But Bill 96 is now telling me my right to healthcare, education, access to the courts in my own language will be limited. Bill 96 solves a problem that does not exist. It takes a hammer to a situation when, if adjustments are necessary, a tweezer would do. I don't understand how politicians who would be rightly infuriated if it was done to them can do it to others. I love Quebec. My parents were born here. My husband was born, raised, worked here all his life, and his ashes are scattered here. This is our home. I am Anglophone. I am a Quebecer. Thank you to Louise Penny for that.
Au cours des derniers mois, la Coalition pour des services sociaux et de santé de qualité a, de manière constante, soutenu que, dans le domaine de la santé, le fait de communiquer avec les autres dans leur propre langue donne de meilleurs résultats. L'une des personnes faisant valoir cet argument est le Dr Kaberi Dasgupta, médecin et professeur à McGill. Dr. Dasgupta. Give it up for Dr. Dasgupta.
Okay, I think everybody has said everything I really need to say, and it's so great to see so many people. And comme une bonne québécoise, je vais commencer en français et continuer en anglais parce que ça c'est nous. Hein? Alors, le soin d'un patient souvent implique pas seulement un médecin comme moi, mais aussi des infirmières, on l'a vu pendant le COVID, les physiothérapeutes, psychologues, diététistes, travailleuses sociales et d'autres personnels. Chacun doit communiquer avec leurs patients pour établir un lien de confiance, pour bien comprendre leurs besoins et pour bien expliquer les traitements. Hein? On n'est pas des technocrates. Alors, c'est essentiel de communiquer aux langues dans lesquelles le patient est plus à l'aise au mesure possible, soit le français ou l'anglais ou cri ou une autre langue, ou avec l'assistance de traducteur ou traductrice. Le loi 96 essaie de limiter la possibilité d'optimiser ces communications critiques et alors la qualité. The new law is especially damaging to new immigrants who are given a 6-month time limit to master French. Impossible. It's 6 months may be enough for the basics, to take the bus or order coffee, but not to communicate problems, symptoms, or distress. Some immigrants might have PTSD, depression, difficult economic circumstances, and acquiring a new language may be a particular challenge. They may do it in a few years, they may never do it. It may be their children who speak fluently in English and French. Does that mean that they're left on the outside of society? Limiting their ability to communicate well with healthcare providers or receive other services from the state condemns them to remaining disadvantaged, not what we want in an equitable society, and that is the society we're fighting for. Human rights must have priority.
Our last speaker personifies human rights advocacy for many of us. Julius Gray is always at the front of battles for our rights. Bill 96 is no exception. Give it up for Julius Gray.
Je pense qu'il s'agit d'une loi qui est complètement gratuite. Il n'y a personne qui sort gagnant. Il n'y a personne qui sort gagnant de cette loi. Les francophones voient leur horizon se rétrécir, leur opportunité pour apprendre diminuer. Les anglophones sont divisés en deux groupes complètement arbitraires. Les allophones ont des fardeaux placés sur eux pour apprendre le français. Mais ce qui est particulièrement choquant, c'est qu'il n'y a pas un seul gagnant. Je défie n'importe qui de me montrer quelqu'un qui ira mieux à cause de cette loi d'ici 4 ans. Il n'y a pas de gagnant. Il n'y a que des perdants. Nous sommes tous des perdants ensemble. Let's add something else. The big loser, in many ways, is civil liberties. The charter becomes a mere suggestion and not a basis for the life of our community or for any community whatsoever. Civil rights, social justice takes a hit. I'll give you an example that concerns me tremendously: access to justice. There are many problems with the Quebec system of justice. It's very expensive, it's bureaucratic, there is no access. But one thing which has not been a problem is language. That worked perfectly. Well, what do they attack? Not the access, not the availability of lawyers, not legal aid. They attack the language, which worked perfectly. The other thing, of course, is our ability to be in the world, to do everything, to have cultural achievements and so on. It seems to me that in its relentless pursuit of unilingualism, this government expresses a desire to pick Quebec up bodily from North America and to deposit it in the middle of the Sahara so that we will only speak French, only among ourselves, and nobody else will be able to influence our wonderful purity. So, given the fact that everybody's a loser, that the charter disappears, that social justice is harmed, that people are divided and that society is fractured, we shall fight at every level of court. We will fight in the Superior Court, we'll fight in the Court of Appeal, we'll fight in the Supreme Court, we'll fight in the United Nations. I will remind you that last time when M. Bourassa passed the notwithstanding clause in a language matter, we won before the United Nations. And if it takes 4 years or 5 years, we shall fight for an open French, yes, French, but tolerant and friendly Quebec in which everyone will have his place and in which these types of bureaucratic, nationalistic laws will have disappeared. Thank you.
Politicians who are here with us today. In particular, thank you to Anthony Housefather. And we would also like to thank the city councilors and school board commissioners with us today. Thank you so much for joining us. It should be noted that our MNAs are not with us today as they are at work in Quebec City. So, for our last speaker, we have made it clear that Bill 96 breaks the social contract between Quebecers. It is also damaging our relationship with First Nations. It ignores the linguistic, cultural, and educational issues of the nations that preceded us. Kevin Deere is from the Kahnawake Mohawk Territory, and he has been for the past 30 years involved in Mohawk retention and revitalization. Please, Mr. Deere, if you could join us on stage.
Managi, Chinizu, Kaizo is when is Arade, Aguegu what Kunuaradu. Ayahuski Jotku Skana, as a Wada Garitege, Kanu, Veganere, Chinizi Zavanupinu. Requagere, Amzagoyaraka, Yotsununya, Zisagu Aguegu Gaido, when is Arade. Nezi no hoto to no tunko yetini sto huzo. Se yogot ko mohaje. No hoto yogot sta chat when is arage. Tanugigu gaswanta no hoto kawi. Ne watrori ogadirizi ando watarunyu. Ne ohunzo kayu unu gwadi ni tonenu zinyore gaa. Ne jotku skana angahange. Tanugigu rago tanu gagurasra zini hudierha. Tayo to hunzohon, tayo watsogo ne gananuma, ne ayamos ne jotku, skana ogahage, eka dina na yotu, ne nuba ligura. Bonjour tout le monde, welcome everyone. So what I did is I started out in my own language. And what I wanted to talk about today is that this is Turtle Island. It's also Mother Earth. We have a responsibility in this land that we call Turtle Island to ensure that our languages, our sacred songs, our dances, our ceremonies, our rituals will continue for all life. We dance to the sun, we dance to the moon, we dance to the tundra beans, we dance to Mother Earth, we dance to corn, beans, and squash. Because these are our life supporters and these things are being threatened. Because now we're in a climate emergency. Now, the Legault government has to understand that you're in a treaty relationship with us. As much as you want to dismiss us, we didn't have writing in paper. But we have wampum belt treaties that talks about this relationship that is based on peace, friendship, and respect. And what we're saying now is that great peace, you're upsetting our minds. And historically, we smoked the peace pipe and we said, look, you came with God and Jesus. We said that we refer to that as the source of life for all life. So we shouldn't have a problem. So let's sit down, let's smoke the peace pipe, and let's resolve these matters, because this territory has been Anglophone territory since time immemorial. You don't have the right to supersede us. You're not God. You're not superior to us. We are at the bosom of one mother, and we're all children, and we come to this place to show love, peace, respect, and we also have a responsibility to those future generations, so that when they will be born, they will inherit a happy, safe, clean, beautiful, peaceful, loving home. But the thing is, you cannot just exercise your power because you think you have power in numbers. The truth is the truth. We have to talk about the land issue. This is all Mohawk territory, and if our kids want to come here, they should be forced to speak another language because you're on Mohawk territory. So we have to come to the negotiation tables and resolve this matter using the power of love, peace, respect, and our ancient agreements. You know, go.
Before we close, one more time because it's only right. Hey, hey, ho, ho, 96 has gotta go. 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 Ho, ho, 96 has gotta go. 96 has gotta go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, 96 has gotta go. So thank you everybody for your energy and your commitment. As this rally comes to a close, let's listen to Bowser and Blue and 96 Tears. Thank you everybody.
Legislation. It's not a law. It's a special operation. It's something like the rules. And they're handing us. You know you're in trouble when you hear notwithstanding clause. So watch out now. There go your rights. It'll be all over. So we gotta fight. We got to go downtown. I'll make a manifestation against this legislation. On the middle 96 tears. Cry. 96 tears.
Thank you. We see each other every now and then. Yeah. Is there Dawson contingent here? Or? Well, yeah, there's been a little contingent.
So everybody, nice group picture. Have a sign. You don't have a sign, we have placards. We have placards right here. If you need a sign, want to be in the group picture. Please get back a placards after.
Café Gratson.
Ça goes down, they go behind.
Bien, si j'avais quelque chose pour That's why we pay them the money we do.
Many zeros, good ones.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, that's right. I'm taking Pano.